Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We are about to fight the US Navy. They got 3 battleships, 1 Rooks class, and 2 Des Moines. They seem pretty decent-ish. 19-point-something inch guns. And the Rooks is it's quite fast for a battleship. Well, these are not slow either. 28 knots is decent. That's a very big heavy cruiser, 20,000 tons. Maybe a bit undergunned for that kind of displacement. Only 6 9.5 inch guns. The Bremerton is smaller, but it's got 10.2 inch guns. How about their light cruisers? What are we up against here? Santa Fe. And 2 Paul Falster, which do not carry torpedoes. The Santa Fe's do, but they're underwater torpedoes. How about their destroyers? Are they... they seem to all be the same class. 30 knots. 15 torpedoes. Alright. Very reasonably priced, I would say. About this, a little bit more than mine. I refit my DD-22s, by the way. And gave them the gas turbine engines. Making them faster, better in every way, and much cheaper than they were to begin with. So, that's a good refit right there. And of course, we got the, we got 4 battlecruisers. The 2 Boroclus, which you will have seen before. Now refit a couple times since last time. And the Büyük Agri class, with which are larger, but have 16-inch guns instead of 18s. But more of them, so. And they are, of course, Mark 5, so. They might possibly be better than my Mark 4 18s. Or they probably are. Alright. Okay, it's got all forwards turret placement. That's neither good nor bad, but it's certainly ugly. I don't like it. All I have are my 4 battlecruisers and a squadron of destroyers. And we're going to be fighting a full-on battle fleet. I'm gonna turn... What are you doing? Can you guys just not sail in a straight line? Sixteen-inch guns have a range of more than 40 kilometers. Eighteens are at 37.6. Not quite long-ranged. Drop down to our cruising speed of 29 knots. 29.1. Are these the same? 30.6. We got gas turbines. We got turbo electric. Let's say 30. Okay, my DDs are behaving. 21.4 is my torpedo range. Let's start putting some fire on those battleships. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these ships. So that's one of the 30,000 ton cruisers. Yeah, Mark 5 guns. Decent armor. Very good for a cruiser, actually. Gen 2 radar. Good stuff. 9-kilometer torpedoes, so don't really have to worry about their torpedoes. How about these light cruisers? 8-kilometer torps, and only underwater. So this is the, not the Rooks class, the other one. Mark 3 19s. 30-kilometer range. Gen 1 radar. This is pretty good armor. I will probably not be penetrating those inner layers. No. And this is that's the Rooks. Mark 3 19s on this one as well, so they don't have Mark 4s. I'm gonna be outranging them. This one does not... That's only Citadel 3. So 8-inch main deck. The first inner deck is 4.8. That's equal to 9.6. I could deck pen this, I think. At long range with my 16s. Yeah. At 40,000 meters, 11.3 inches. Alright. Potentially, yeah. Potentially, we could deck pen this thing at that range. Let's have both the 16-inch armed battle cruisers. Focus you. The 18s can take on the cruisers. That feels funny, letting the 16s take the bigger targets while the 18s pick the smaller ones. But at this range, the deck pen is more important than anything else. Yeah, these only go up to 7.5-inch deck pen at 35,000. At 37, it's probably going to be a bit more than that, but the chart doesn't show me. I lost sight of my destroyers. Ah, they're doing dumb things again, these battle cruisers, because they got different engines. They don't slow down at the same rate. That is super annoying. I gotta fix that. So you two are just gonna have to be your own division. They are spotting my destroyers. I lost sight of them for a bit. And Night Black has gotten too close. Probably not gonna get deck hits at 30,000. Alright, torpedo time. I'm going to be targeting the battleships. They are on a more predictable course. Oh, you do get a 4-deck pen on that battleship, actually. That was just wrong again. Then what the... No. You are not joining the battlecruisers. I'm gonna just detach you. I mean, it says smoke ready, but they're already smoking, so I don't know what that's all about. Uh, 22-1. Taking a lot of hits. What? No. You are not going this way. You... Oh, stop that. Okay, I guess you are going that way then. It's like super annoying. Well, now I just need to get my battlecruisers away from the enemy. And good hits on Ludlow. The 18.5s. Some torpedo hits on Black. Now at least the torpedoes did something. Of course you take a hit from something. Because you went and got too close. Because of that formation mess up. Flat fires. Good. So you're done. You can even see the turret in the little picture there. That's 2 turrets. Actually, that's a pretty nice, nice little picture. Okay, we can switch fire now. Black is not going to be bothering us. Actually, you can switch to Ludlow. Because the other one is already being targeted by my 18s. eye black might sink from that. What's the range to this now? 35. That is deck pen territory, deck hit territory, half deck over pen. We're loading HE for this. Because I cannot pen the Citadel with AP, but I can pen the extended belts, or extended decks, with HE. I think. I should be able to. Just about. The HE is hitting the... Oh, it is hitting the decks too. But the HE has higher muzzle velocity than the AP. So... it is more likely to be hitting the belts instead of the deck. Despite having shorter range. By just a little bit. Go back to auto. 18s are still hitting Norris. Okay, we can drop down to our cruising speed again. Which I guess you are already at, because those hits to Buyuk Agri. And now and then we're scoring accidental hits on destroyers and such. I can't sink all of this, not with just 4 battlecruisers. Let me get my my destroyers back in the fight. That's the one that's damaged. Let's see, you are Division 5. Alright. I got 3 that are in good shape. It's gonna take them a while to get back here. Let's see what we can do about these big heavy cruisers. With the 18s. And the 16s, let's see about hitting these light cruisers a bit. Oh, it's that light cruiser hull. Alright. It looks cool, but it's difficult to build something good on it. That doesn't just end up being like stupidly expensive or something. There we go. Targeting the light cruisers and accidentally hitting some destroyers. That is perfect. Black is basically done. I'd still like to sink her. That's a valuable target. But it's not really part of this battle anymore. But Ludlow is. And he's firing back. What was the torpedo range on these destroyers? 13.7. Alright. You can score some more hits. I'm hoping for extended belt or deck hits here. That is, I think, the end of Holder. I should have a decent hit chance. You can switch to HE because you're just hitting the extended belts and overpenning. There we go. 4 belt pen with HE. That's what I'm after. Kanakal can switch to Norris. Her sister, which is now also firing back. destroyers are still far away. Good hits on that light cruiser. And good hits on Ludlow, which is probably going to sink from that. Maybe. Or at least take enough flooding that she's going to stop firing. Got some good hits on Norris as well. Aft belt pen for 5,000. Gillespie goes down. Davies takes a bunch of big hits. More hits on Norris. I think that's the end of Ludlow. Like there are a few more hits on the stern. That set you back to auto so you conserve some of your HE ammo. Strangely enough, I think Norris is going to sink before Ludlow. Yeah. %, 6. Yeah, those 19-inch guns did some mean things to my battlecruiser. And Norris is still afloat. She controlled the flooding. And she's still fighting. I think targeting Norris and Niblack with torpedoes should be very effective. Because they're almost stationary. And a lot of enemy ships are just clustered around them. Now let me just do this on pause so I don't accidentally cause a big mess. Well, 3 you have not launched yet. I'm gonna bring you in a bit closer. It's not as if those battleships are going to be maneuvering to avoid the first torpedo salvo. There you go. Okay, my DDs are spent. Still not lost a single DD-22. I've built a couple more of these, by the way. Of the latest version of them. Because they're pretty good for the price. Okay, how about you two start loading HE and focus down some destroyers. Starting to land torpedo hits on the battleships. Niblack will sink from that. Norris will sink from that. And more torpedoes arriving. Hitting some cruisers. Delete some destroyers. Need to get you two a little bit closer again. I said Niblack was going to sink from that, but she's still afloat. Just barely. Probably get some structure damage on her and take her down. For good. Ludlow is still fighting. That is commendable. To Tigres and Buyukagri, just deleting one destroyer after another. The Sullivans. Let's take on Gwyn and Harding. Next. And accidentally hit a cruiser. That was in the way. Turning it this way. How are the 18s on ammo? Running a little bit short. Not firing right now because the turret starts still traversing after that maneuver. Chase goes down. Let's actually focus down these big heavy cruisers because they are worth quite a lot. Hollister took one huge hit, actually a couple huge hits from the 18s. There goes Holder as well. Finish off these two battleships. They're nearly done anyway. They just need a little bit more structure damage. 0.6. You can barely see the health bar. There goes Ludlow. 0.3. Are you also burning? Not black. 0.1. 0. These are rounding error off from being sunk. There she goes. I said I wasn't going to be able to sink all of them, but maybe we can. Maybe we can sink them all. Detroit goes down. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be focusing those heavy cruisers because they're worth a lot more. The destroyers, as I said, were very reasonably priced. And they're not like that dangerous. They're easy kills though, so I don't know. Maybe they are a better way to spend my remaining ammo. Because I could be firing a lot at those cruisers and still not sink them. Unless I get any good hits. But a couple HE hits on a destroyer and it's should be toast. Let's force HE on both. On all four, actually. Yeah, it does a lot more when they hit the extended armor. Or they can all just be blocked by the main belt like that. It's either a main belt block or a 4 belt, like a gazillion damage hit. Yeah, good night, Zane. Bring these in a bit closer. Spend some AP on those light cruisers. Save the HE for the destroyers. Because these are pennable with AP. Very much so. Yeah, just a couple ships left. And when they all bunch up like that, nice. Gwyn goes down, just the light cruiser now. Even the secondaries are joining in. The secondaries have not yet done any damage. It's all 18s and 16s. But that was better than expected. No losses. Some damage taken to Buyuk Agri, and of course one of the destroyers, and we sank 26 enemy ships, including 3 battleships. That is not bad. My Baroklus, interestingly enough, cheaper than any of their capital ships. And the Buyuk Agris, 2 billion? A little bit more than the Des Moines. Not quite as much as the Rooks. So, yeah, very nice. So we now have a hefty victory point lead over the Americans as well. That means that I don't have to worry about them striking a port, gaining like 10,000 victory points, and then the government deciding that, oh, we gotta surrender. They beat us. Which could happen. But yeah, nice. Now we are winning, and we're gonna keep fighting. Ooh, we do not have time for this one. Not right now. But that is the Yavuz class battlecruisers. They are copies of the Baroklus, but they got 17.5s instead of 18.5s. Otherwise, identical. The Zaganos class heavy cruisers. Those are the funky ones. The Italian style hull. A lot of DDs and torpedo boats. So the last battle we fought with the French, they had a very light force with no capital ships attached. This is their very much not so light force. This is the opposite of June Nicole. Ceres class battleships, a lot of them. 7, if I'm counting correctly. 6 18.1-inch guns. 26.5 knot top speed. Not like, it doesn't look super impressive. Hang on. Demokratie, that's a different one. 6 Ceres and 1 Demokratie. Yeah. Okay, the Ceres have 20-inch guns. That's actually a bit more impressive. I was just looking at the guns on this one. But only 130% armor quality. So they could maybe be old? I don't know. Acheron class battlecruisers. 2 of those and a Chasseur. Chasseur has 16-inch guns. Impressive. Acheron has 12 18s. In 3 quad turrets. That's very French. Okay, yeah, this is a battle. Kind of depends on what kind of mark these 20-inch guns are. If they are Mark 4, if these ships are brand new, I kind of doubt that, given the armor quality. Because this would be like Krupp. Oh, 130%. That would be Krupp 3? Maybe? Krupp 3 or 4? I think Krupp 3 would have been obsolete by now, so it could be an old ship that's just been sailing around. We're gonna have to find out next time. That's quite a mystery here. This would be a very exciting fight, though. Goodbye, and take care.